Hey guys, it is Thursday, May 8th, 2025, and I'm back with some free VST plugins to help you with your musical adventures and endeavors. We are in the month of May 2028, and we are continuing the theme for the month, which is focusing on developers that are offering more than, let's say, 2 free plugins. So developers with bundles, or they just have affinity for having free VST plugins that are 100% free, and they're 100% available all the time at the time of this video. So let's jump right into it for today. The free developer for today is as follows. So we've talked about this one a lot, Analog Obsession. These guys make, well, I think it's only one guy that makes up the team, maybe not, but it's a small team, small setup, and they make some amazing analog emulations, whether they are trying to emulate something that is out there, something like a legacy device, or it might be inspired by, or they're sometimes just doing their own thing and they make something that's not really emulating anything out in the real world. So first, let's check out their site. They have a site, and this is what the site looks like. We got the home menu up here. We go up here, click that, and they have categories. The thing about the site is all the plugins are not here. It'll be more of the more recent ones that'll be up here. So click on EQ, and they'll have a lot of their EQs there. Not all, but most of the popular and current ones. Same thing for dynamics processing, color and preamp and saturation. They got all that stuff here. Okay. So also, in addition to their site, in addition to their site, they have, where is it? Okay, so I guess I closed something. Let's reopen it. So in addition to their site, they have a Patreon page. That's where you'll find most of the plugins and any of the links for the latest updates of the plugins. There we go. All right, F11. All right, so this download link here will take you to their Patreon page, where you can donate, and you'll get all the latest of what they have to offer. It'll be up to date with all different blog posts and the links to the latest versions. All right, so let's jump to the DAW, see what we got going on for today. For this week, I'm working on this composition here. We got piano and another instrument doing like some plucks, kind of a synthy sound with a bunch of effects on it. So let's hear the piano by itself first. Of course, tomorrow I'll have this a more developed idea So let's hear what we got today. So in addition to that, we have this other sound here. Let's check that out. So just basically adding some extra attack, bounce, and atmosphere to the chords and the piano. So I'm gonna work on it some more tonight, and I'll have it more fleshed out for tomorrow's live stream so you guys can see the progress. All right, so first up here, we got LCF. Hopefully I said that right. Hold on. Yes, LCF. I don't know what it stands for. In my head, it stands for low cut frequency. I don't know. Doesn't sound right. But it is basically an analog filter. Has low pass and high pass filter. So we can use this to roll off some of the low end, get rid of some of that low end on the piano. It is a bit heavy on the low end. So this gives a very smooth and natural filtering because it's a preset dB per octave curve. You can't change that. And then we just have preset ranges. So as far as I can see right now, because this is super tiny, it's not resizable, they have off 45, 70, 180. And I'm thinking that's 360. Because it seems like they just keep doubling. Or close to it. Then up here we have the low pass filter. And it's from off to, I think that's 8K, 6K, 4K, 2K. But we don't need that for today. And then there is a pretty much on-off switch bypass. So we got that engaged. I've talked about this before. This is spec comp. It is a compressor. Let's just dial in some quick settings. Increase this release. Slow it down. Makeup gain. All right, so we have threshold, ratio. We got the makeup gain over here. We got this bypass button. We have external sidechain button. If you click on where it says analog obsession, it turns red, and that means oversampling is turned on. You can look on the website or look on the Patreon page where this one is, the blog post for this plugin, and it should tell you how much oversampling, if it's 4x, 8x. Over here we have your release knob, attack, and we have a knee setting here. This is good for bus compression or however you want to use it, but they're definitely going for a bus compressor vibe. And right here in the middle, this screw is actually your mix knob, so you can dial it in parallel if you want to, or just put it to 100% for regular compression. All right, let's turn that off. All right, let's go to next in line. We have a reverb here. Let's turn that on. Push that decay up. So this is their first attempt at a reverb. They usually don't have those type of effects. It's usually more EQ, compressors, saturation, preamp, that type of thing. But they've never had spatial effects. So this one's available. They have a preamp section with a high pass frequency filter for the amp section. Then we have some imaging settings over here. Stereo, pre-delay, decay, dry wet knob. And we have a post EQ here. 2 bands. Select the range from 20 hertz to 2K, and then from 20K all the way down to 200 for the low pass filter. This button right here will turn the plug-in on and off, and there's no oversampling. It is resizable. Moving right along, we have Fiverr, which is another EQ. I want to say this is more emulating an API. So I think this is resizable, is it? It might not be. If you click on the analog obsession area, you will get oversampling turned on. Once again, the details on the website, on the Patreon page, you can find out the details of how much oversampling. There's a bypass button. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, pretty much 5 bands. Looks like 2 shelves, and then bell curves in the middle. 3 bell curves in the middle. Pretty straightforward stuff. Next up, we have UR-EQ. This one is once again going for that hardware vibe. For each frequency range that you control, you just have preset band ranges. So like in the low end, you can go 60 hertz, 110, 180, and then turn volume up, turn the volume down. They have shelves right here. Well, I shouldn't say shelves. High pass, low pass filter. We have an input gain knob, output gain knob for some level matching, if you want to do that. Once again, this one's pretty straightforward. No oversampling as far as I can tell, and it is resizable. Next up from Analog Obsession is the Blend EQ. This one's a cool concept because they're emulating 2 different EQ circuitries, and once you dial in a band, then you can blend between the N circuitry or the A circuitry, and I'm assuming that's Neve and API. So you can have one band be more towards Neve, the other one towards the API, and anywhere in between. So it's supposed to be adding some extra flavor and character to this EQ. There's a high pass, low pass filter, input, output knob. There is a trim knob here, which is very interesting. This one is resizable, and it does have oversampling I have. All right, next up, we have Frank. So Frank is supposed to be named after Frankenstein because this EQ is different parts of other EQs. So I think this band and this band here, those two are both Pultec. Not sure what this is. I know this one is API. This one seems like a Verimute style. So it's giving tones and characteristics from those different legacy hardware devices, and all these flavors are summing together to give you a whole new unique vibe. So definitely check out this EQ if you're looking for a specific vibe and tones. The input knob, there is an on-off / bypass button, and we have output so you can level match. But this one is definitely there to add some specific tone and flavor to your sound. Grap Hack is the next one up. This one's interesting because it's a graphic EQ with saturation per band. So if I remember correctly, you have to hit the M, under the M for that band. These buttons under here, you're now looking at the saturation. You turn that up, and then when you hit this, you're now looking at the EQ. So if you notice, the band position changes and the band look changes. So right here, if I switch the saturation on, we're messing with this fader. When you turn it off, then you have the fader to turn up the gain or turn down the gain for that frequency. So you're looking at two separate faders. This is to turn up the saturation for that band. So very unique for a graphic style compressor. There's a mix knob here, and then we have in and output level matching. 4 level matching, I should say. There is oversampling, and it is resizable. Last up for today, we have Frank CS, which is the bigger brother to the other plugin that we're looking at, Frank. This one has EQ and compressor. So I think each band is still giving you something totally different. I don't know why they didn't showcase it with the color and the knob design like they did with the other one. Because if you don't really pay attention and read the manual and the information about this, you would think it's just a regular EQ with a compressor. But it still has that different brand per band. And then there is a compressor underneath. So you get an EQ and compressor in one. Very effective, very lightweight, has a nice sound. The interface is resizable, and there is oversampling right over there. Click on the analog obsession badge, and you can turn that on and off. When it lights up red, it means that it is on. Everything else is pretty straightforward. Attack, release, input, you have threshold ratio, mix knob, output knob for the compressor, and then you got your different bands here. 5 bands. Low cut, there's a high shelf over here. And they have the regular bell bands over here. So that's pretty much it, guys. The developer Analog Obsession, they have a lot to offer in their arsenal. So check them out and add it to your arsenal. So the link is in the description. It will take you to that blog page, and you can go check out the different various plugins. I just touched on some of them. They have actually a lot more. So go explore. Go to the Patreon page. Keep scrolling. Explore, download them, check them out. Have a lot of compressors, A lot of preamps and saturation plugins, tons of EQs. Definitely check out Analog Obsession, guys. Also check out the link in the description for my video series titled PC Specs and how it relates to music production. So if you want to understand what is the purpose of your RAM and your CPU and how does your hard drive size affect your DAW and what you have to do when it comes to music production, definitely check out that series. If you're having issues with your system, it'll kind of help you understand what's causing the issue or what might be causing the issue and what you need to do to fix that. If you're looking to get a new rig, that series will help you understand what you need to pay attention to, where you need to focus your money as far as the different components and how powerful and how big it is, like how much RAM size you have or hard drive size. And it'll give you some insight on CPUs and what you need to look for based on your workload and your workflow. Also, there's a link in the description for a video playlist. This is a growing video playlist of these videos that I do multiple times a week. So if you're looking for more free VST plugins, check out that playlist. It's almost 400 videos up there presenting you guys with free VST plugins, 100% free. So definitely check out that playlist if you're looking for more free VST plugins. Also, there is a link in the description for my video series that I started this year titled 52 Weeks of Reaper. So in that series, I break down in a new video every week that releases every Saturday. I break down a new feature in Reaper and focus on it, kind of showcase why that feature and why Reaper is such an amazing DAW to use as a music producer and as a songwriter. So definitely check that series out also, guys. I'm having fun putting that together. 52 weeks for the entire year. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Check back tomorrow. We're going to be focusing on another developer. I'll have this beat more developed and more fleshed out to a more cohesive idea. So definitely tune in for that. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, you'll see me in the next video.